What's going on, y'all? Thank you for joining us in the lounge for another episode of Offline with your host, Myisha Hines-Allen. I'm your co-host, Greg Cross. And today we have a very special guest, all right? This is Myisha's vet, all right?
Yes, sir.
Native of Alexandria, Virginia, graduate of T.C. Williams High School. For those of y'all that don't know, T.C. Williams was featured in the movie Remember the Titans.
Yep.
All right. Y'all should go check it out if you haven't.
Ooh.
So it's only right that this guest was destined for greatness. All right. She was a McDonald's All American All-Star Game MVP. Emphasis on the MVP. Graduate of UNC Chapel Hill. She went undrafted in 2013 to the Washington Mystics and then made the team through training camp. So she's definitely a dog. We're going to get into them stories.
Yes.
All right. She followed that up by playing 6 seasons with the Washington Mystics and 2 with the LA Sparks. Please welcome none other than TRP, TIERRA RUFFIN PRATT.
Thank you, guys. All right.
Okay, my bad, sir.
crazy.
My bad, sir. So what does it mean to go offline?
Going offline, kind of shutting down. For me, it's more of a focus thing. If ever I do, like, go offline and not use social media, try to stay away from the computer as much as I can. So for me, it's just to shut down, reset, and focus on something, whatever the goal is that I'm trying to focus on.
So you really be shutting down.
Oh, yeah.
Like you'll delete the app?
Yeah, I got
Delete all
it. The
apps.
only way I'll be able to do it is if I delete the app. Because
you
if the
bold.
app's on my phone, I'll go back on it.
You bold as hell. Because I cannot delete no apps.
You gotta delete it.
No.
So
Give you time to like lock in on whatever your goal is at that moment.
Are you like an airplane mode type user during the day? Or like you still got to be on your phone to know what's going on?
Nah, I be on my phone. Like,
Okay.
especially now, because working with Nike, like it's always something coming through. So I kind of got to be on my phone if I'm not on my computer.
Gotcha.
She been on phone ever since she got here. They've been blowing her up.
Between
Big
that
time.
and my fiance, the phone is
Y'all
Something's coming.
got a new place, right? Every time on Instagram, every time I go to your story, is you building something
building
or you
something. Man, she got me transforming this place. We don't even own this one yet.
Oh
so,
shit.
like,
she
we can
prepping
wait.
you. But she prepping you.
She definitely is.
Yeah.
She
So it's
definitely
good.
is.
It's all good. It's all good. We got this special the special water.
Okay.
So Greg gonna ask you 5 questions, right?
5 questions.
If you don't answer, you gotta take a shot.
Okay.
If you do, then we gonna handle it for you.
Okay.
So hopefully you don't answer because that special water is real special. Can't tell the folks what it is, but that's real special right there.
All right, so
All right,
you ready?
Let's go.
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, let's get it. First
shit.
question. Spell handkerchief or dance for the camera?
Oh, y'all ain't say what kind of dance. I could dance like this.
You gotta stand up and dance.
I don't want to knock the
Twerk.
mic over.
You gotta twerk.
I got knocked. I don't want to.
Nah, I'm gonna here you go.
Side.
Oh hell no! Not the goddamn! Not to start off the side twerk.
Yeah, okay. I ain't doing no.
All right, well, we can take that one.
All right, I'll take
Wait,
that.
wait. So try to spell handkerchief.
I don't have a clue. HANKC.
Look, I gotta look at it too. I ain't gonna hold you. I gotta look at it too. But you was you that was off.
You missed the K.
I knew it was.
It's a silent K. The K is definitely a silent killer. All right.
Damn, okay, so we got that one.
Yeah,
We
pull it
gonna
up.
give you a little one because
Yeah, just keep it. Because y'all,
You
you
was
think
way
I'm
off.
going to
Hey,
take one?
I ain't mad at the
You ain't
stanky
tell
leg
me.
though.
You ain't see the side?
and then
It
the
was
side
like
twerk,
pop,
the
pop.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Oh, I missed that.
Yeah, the
Just a
side
little
pop, pop.
Little 1, 2. There you go. So we'll cheers to this one since all 3 of us we're gonna take this one. All 3 of us.
Okay, my side little pop, pop ain't work.
Yeah, but the handkerchief, you was
Yeah, that
way
was
off
way off.
that. Way off.
It was this or that.
Yeah, fact, you right.
All right.
It's all good.
That's that special water though.
Question number 2. Double text or call back to back? Which one we doing?
I'm gonna probably double text. I ain't gonna call back to back, but I'm gonna double text for sure. I'm not really a call person.
What's your energy when you double text though? Like what energy you coming? What energy you coming
It depends on how serious or how important the conversation is. If it's something that's like slight and you don't respond, it's just like, yo, like what you want? But if it's like, I need you at this moment, I'm like, come on, bro. Like I'm coming with a little bit more aggressive energy.
Oh,
so,
aggressive energy.
Yeah, double text. I ain't gonna call. I'm not a big pick up the phone call person. I'm gonna text you anyway.
Okay.
I'm gonna FaceTime
Got you.
I'm gonna call you now on FaceTime. Just, hey, what you doing?
Okay.
'Cause
I'll
I'm
answer.
Texting. Yeah.
I'll definitely answer. Yeah, for sure.
All right. So for the third question, we got a start bench cut.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we got UNC Pratt, Mystics Pratt, or Sparks Pratt. Start bench cut. What we got? So you was a dog in college now.
Start probably Carolina Pratt, bench Mystics Pratt, cut LA Pratt.
Why you cutting? Like, break it down. I'd like, damn, that was like right in order too. Like you ain't.
Yeah, I mean, I just felt like you said, Carolina, I was like a dog. Like I had a different type chip on my shoulder because I had I had to score as well as play defense. But in DC, my main focus was playing defense. So that's really all I had to do. I could score. Like I had opportunities to score when I was in the game, but that wasn't like the main goal. Like the main goal was for me to always guard the best player. And I felt like I was at my prime when I was in DC. In LA, I was kind of on the back end of my career. So,
damn, I ain't taking a shot for that. I ain't taking a shot.
I mean, she really named it in order though.
Yeah, I mean,
so,
I feel like as your career grows, like for you, like you probably play most of your career in DC, and then if you end up somewhere, it's probably gonna be in your later years to where you on the back end of your career. So this stint in DC, you're gonna be playing the best basketball you'll ever play from year one to whenever the last year you play. If you go somewhere else, it's probably on the back end of your career. So for me, it's like LA was cool. Like I enjoyed it. I had a great like first year when I played in LA. My second year, I was more injured because we was in a bubble.
Yeah.
But I just think it's just the timing of it all. And of course, in college, for you to be a pro, you had to be the best player on your team in college. So I think it kind of just goes all with the timing of everything.
Right. Okay. Well, I have a sub question to that. Who can you credit your dog mentality to? You was on a different wave in college.
My sister used to tell stories about you, Pratt. So y'all played when she played at Virginia Tech.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah,
I was she used to tell me stories. I'd be like, damn.
I would have to say, so I always kind of had that like underdog mentality because when I was younger, I played with the boys. And I never was like the one, you know? Like they always pushed me, but it was always a better player, better scorer on the team, but I always just found my role, my niche, and I stuck with it. When I was younger, I was really like just a rebounder when I started playing basketball. Then as I kind of developed and finally starting to play with the girls, it was so easy that it was like, oh, like
I can get this bucket.
Yeah, it's
Girl,
easy.
you ain't nothing.
But then I think it was going into my 9th grade year, or going into 8th or 9th grade year, I started playing with Boo Williams. And
shout out, Boo.
Yeah, that program was tough.
Yeah.
Y'all had
and I mean, like, I was like last man on the bench because I was the youngest player. Like I was 13, about to turn 14 playing with Boo. And I was playing on his oldest team, like his elite team. So I was playing with like some people who was going pro. That everybody who played with me went Division I. So I had to, I'm not used to not playing. So my first couple games, I'm like, no, I'm not about to get used to this. I had to go play somewhere else and start. But he was just like, he put me in one game. I'll never forget. It was at Boo Williams tournament. He was like, TIERRA, like called me over. He was like, I'm putting you in, you guard the point guard. If she catch the ball, you're not going to play no more.
Damn.
Oh, you was hard.
I said,
I challenge you right there.
What? He said, you not going to play no more if you let her catch the ball. I mean, I was denying full court. Like, she didn't catch the ball. I was getting steals, diving on the floor, knocking the ball out of bounds. But I was so focused on defense that I wasn't even looking to score. Like, I get a steal and just catch the ball and
Wait
look
for
to pass
somebody.
it to somebody
Yeah.
else. Like, that, it was just my focus. So I think that's kind of where it started. And then I had a coach named Porche. He kind of instilled the work ethic. So it went from that work ethic with him so I can be like a killer on the offensive end, and then Boo saying, you only gonna play if you play defense. So that kind of just merged together and created the player that I became.
I love that.
That's
Thank you for that
tough.
story.
Oh, yeah.
That's a gem right there.
That's tough. I
So
ain't
because
hear
this
shit.
is hot seat, we got 2 more questions left. I gotta spice it up because we gotta get you doing
We gotta get
something.
one.
right.
Yeah. We gotta
I
get
told
one.
you. I
Yo.
told you. I'm only taking one.
Check this out. This is a little history lesson. We're gonna see where you at with it. All right. Name the 13 colonies. 13 colonies or drink.
Oh, okay.
Let's get it.
Yeah,
That,
look at that.
hey,
Yeah, okay.
that
I
joint.
ain't ever been a history buff.
Special water. You're not messing with history?
No, I never really liked history unless it's sports.
Who was your favorite subject in school?
I didn't have one.
Oh, I thought you about to say I ain't go to school.
I didn't have one.
It was gym class, lunch.
I mean,
Your
if I
class
had,
was
I was really like, I would say I was really smart in math, but I didn't like it. I just was smart at it and I was good at it. But when I got to college, I hated math and I was better at like writing papers and stuff like that. So
That's
I
how
guess it
was.
kind of depends on.
I hate math.
I hate math too.
It took me 4 years to pass that bitch in college. I'm saying college. High school. I didn't go to school in high school.
Barely.
Like, no, at all. No. Don't know how I got there. Don't know how I got there. But you took the shot?
Yeah, I took it.
Damn, that was fast.
I ain't seen none.
Yeah, I ain't see it.
It's like, nah.
The
Hey,
camera gonna see it, so you ain't even gotta worry about it.
damn. I don't think she took it.
She did it.
Y'all, she took it?
Thing.
Thank you.
All right, all
Let's,
right.
let's
We'll
go
get
ahead and get into the 5th and final question. All right, I feel like this is a good one because Myisha told me off the record, like, you're going to have your gems to drop on this.
Okay.
Who is the most overrated player in the W?
Oh,
Current.
Overrated.
Current right now?
current. Oh, we could ask both of them, but like, let's see current. I want to see.
Well, I don't play in the league no more, so it don't matter. I would say Sabrina.
Sabrina's overrated?
I think so.
Why you say that? I gotta.
I mean, she's good. Don't get me wrong. Like,
Yeah.
I just feel like they hyped her up way more than like she cracked up to be. But she's still young, so she
Yeah.
got time.
So you
and
don't even
she's
think
played-
she hit where everybody was cracking her up? Like-
no, not coming
Yeah.
out of college, how they was hyping her
No,
up.
that was crazy.
Yeah.
I felt like every like defenders, like you.
They was,
Y'all was like,
chopping
no.
at the bit for
Yeah,
her because
hell
they
no,
hyped
we
her
not
up
about
so much.
Yeah.
But I never really got to play against her because that year she got hurt.
Yeah, she got hurt in the boat.
But I'm not saying she's not a good player because she's
Nah, don't
gonna
take it
be
back.
one of-
Don't
no,
take it-
she's overrated
Say nah.
in my opinion. But
Yeah.
she's a great player. Don't get me wrong, and she's leading that New York squad in ways that not a lot of people can
Facts.
because they're not really that great. But yeah, I would say Sabrina
Okay.
right now. But I think she's going to be better as she gets healthy, and I think that's important too.
WNBA history. I gotta. It's hella people.
No, it's hard
you
to
sat
choo-
back.
no,
I ain't
it's
know.
not
Look.
like it was
She like,
all
damn, I
like
got a
this.
list in my
No,
head.
it's like hard to choose from. It's like
Mm.
hard to choose because it's like I played against some like really great players.
Yeah.
And I always guarded the best player. So it's nobody that I guarded that I was like, nah, this fool overrated. Everybody I ever guarded, I was like, nah,
They tough.
they tough. They tough. And at different points in my career, each player was like, this player's better, this player. Because people always ask, like, who is the hardest player to guard? And for like a stint, it was Maya, and then I kind of caught on to how she played. And for a stint, it was Diana Taurasi early on in my career. Then at one point, it was Elena when she played in Chicago. Her and Candace was kind of neck and neck for me, like hard for me to guard.
You was guarding.
Yeah. I guarded Candace. I guarded Elena. I guarded Maya. Like I guarded.
I thought it was like the best guard.
No.
Nah,
She was in the mix.
And by the time you got there, I was
one.
guarding like, he was putting me on like point guards.
Yeah.
But
so I seen that part.
like
So I thought it was just the best guards.
No, I was guarding I guarded a little bit of everybody.
You played every position?
Except 5. I played 4.
Bro, you could.
I played 1. And then my natural 2-3 position.
Yeah.
But Mike, he put me wherever.
Yeah. That's a fact.
He put me wherever. And then by then, like my 5th and 6th year in DC, I was guarding point guards.
That shit crazy.
And I was guarding point guards full court.
Yeah, nah, she was picking them motherfuckers up. I used to be like, God damn, how long is this good? Like, what's the secret? Like, what's the secret?
It was just like, I just learned my role. And I knew for me to stay in the league, like I had to be the best at like my role. So if all I got to do is play defense.
But you was turning motherfuckers. Like it wasn't like you was just staying in front. Like you making
defense, them. And I could go on the offense end and kind of chill. You got to knock down the open bucket. Like,
oh yeah,
you got to make the right pass. But if I only have to extend all my energy on defense, that's easy.
That sound good. I'm trying. Nah, deadass. I'm trying to like work on that because like this past season, I had to become like a better defender to like stay on the court.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like, I feel like we talked about this before. When in Indiana.
Yep.
Yeah, you pulled me to the side. She was dropping gems then. Like,
yeah, because it's in the W. It's like you got to find your niche. You got to find your role, and you got to stick with it, or you won't be in the league. It's that simple. Like everybody can't be a scorer. Like everybody can't shoot the ball 15, 20 times a game. So if you getting 4 to 6 shots a game, what you gonna do with those 4 to 6 shots a game?
Make them bitches.
If you want to stay on the floor and you know you're only getting 4 to 6 shots a game, what else can you do? You gonna be the best rebounder. You gonna be the best defender. What you gonna do? You gotta find your place. You gotta find what you're good at, and that's what's gonna keep you on the floor.
I feel like my role has like changed not every year, but like now it's like I feel like it keeps changing. So it's like hard to.
It definitely has, but that's because you got your biggest opportunity when Elena got hurt and you played the best basketball you played in your career.
Yeah, and I got to see it.
And then she came back and it's like, all right, now where do I fit in?
Yeah.
And you kind of move around a little bit, but I mean, you'll stick somewhere. Like,
gotta find it out, gotta figure it out.
Yeah, it's not difficult though. It's like, all right, what do we need as a team?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right. And if you figure out, well, okay, we need this as a team, and ain't nobody else gonna do it, I'm gonna just do that.
Yeah. Facts.
If I could be the best offensive rebounder on the court and go get 4 offensive rebounds a game, guess what? He gonna put me in the game.
Yeah.
So mine was just happened to be defense.
Picking motherfuckers up full court.
I just used to watch Elena Beard, like
turning motherfuckers. That's who you looked up to?
That's how I ended up in LA.
Oh.
That's how I ended up in LA. I talked to Elena, and I knew she was kind of like on the back end of her career. Like, all right, I know I can go fill that spot in LA because I know she on the back end of her career. I didn't even think, like, I thought I was gonna come off the bench, play behind Elena, and
you was starting both seasons.
Yeah, I was starting.
Yeah,
but you just find your spot, and you listen. Like, you got to be coachable. Like, even at year 8, and you know what I'm saying, I was still like listening to people, still learning. When I went to LA, it was a whole different vibe from DC.
Good or bad?
It was good because I had vets like Candace. I had vets like NECA, Elena Beard. Like, when I was in DC, I was a vet.
Yeah.
And I was a vet early in my career. But
you was dropping shit for us. Like, coming in, we can talk about it later, but like coming in, for me personally, as a rookie, like, you like took me under your wing. And to this day, like, you're still like that vet for me, where it's like, I could still talk to you about anything.
Yeah, but you learn that when you don't really have it. Like, early on in our career, like, my first couple years, we had vets, but we didn't have like vets that was gonna be like, all right, like, come on. Like,
You're not doing that
you
right.
need to do this. You need to do that. Like, nah. It was like, you figure it out because everybody's trying to eat.
Yeah.
And Mike came in my first year in the league. So really everybody was in that like, oh, I got to make the team type thing. So we didn't have people like, oh, come on, let me show you how to do it. Like, so when I got to that point, like year 2 or 3, we were the vets. Like the class that I came in, me, Emma, Tay, we were the vets.
Yeah.
So at that point, it's like, all right, now you got to teach them how to be pros. And once you learn that, like I had Kara Lawson, she was more of a like, watch me and you'll see.
Example type.
Yeah, and we didn't really have a lot of like vocal leaders. And that was fine, but when you realize like the people below you really need you, especially in a W, because it's a real like small like shelf life in a W. So when you realize that and you like, all right, I ain't gonna be here forever. I already didn't want to play past 10 years in the league anyway. That was my cutoff anyway. Like I'm gonna play 10 years and then I'm gonna be done. And then I'm gonna let the younger generation come and play. So I just spilled as much knowledge as I had and
flow that motherfucker.
Yeah.
Still
it
dropping
kind of stuck.
Still dropping shit in the cup.
Yeah, no, I love that. That's a really great transition into our next topic because you talk a lot about being an active listener, being coachable. Like the word that I come up with is like adaptability, right? So can you speak on the transition from being in the W to then going to a 9 to 5 type job? Like what was that like? How was your adaptability?
It was actually easier than I expected it to be because in April, I finished up overseas in Israel. Well, I really finished in January because I had to like stop playing for a while. But the season ended in April, and then I was like, I kind of want to play in the league, but I was still kind of nervous a little bit. So I was like, all right, like this Nike stuff came up, and I was like, okay, like, do I turn down the opportunity where I know I'm gonna be stable for like life and have a job and have a career after basketball, and it can start right now just for me to maybe be back in the league? Or do I take the opportunity and give up playing basketball? And knowing me, I was already on year 9 and I didn't want to play past year 10. So it's like, do I risk not taking this opportunity and losing it and not knowing what's going to happen next after basketball, or do I take it now? So for me, it was like, all right, I'm going to take it. I ain't playing, but I don't miss it. Like I thought like, all right, once I was done playing, I was like, oh, I'm going to miss it because it's all I know. And then I wasn't playing. It made it easier, of course, because Victoria was still playing. So like I'm able to be around basketball. I'm still in the gym. I'm still watching games. Like, so that made it, I think, a lot easier and the transition a lot smoother. But it was easier than I expected because at Nike, everything is team oriented. So it's just like basketball. When I first got there, like my first week, we did a whole like team off-site thing where everybody on the men's marketing side went down to the beach and just learned as much as we could about each other. So it was kind of like a team building thing.
Yeah.
So it's been pretty easy. The people I work with are great. They kind of took me under their wing because this is my first corporate job. Like I never had a job outside of playing basketball. Right. So for me, like I didn't work in high school. I didn't work in college. So basketball was my first job and this is my second job. So to be able to play in the WNBA and then of course overseas throughout that stint and then go work for Nike, like who could ask for a better transition from the court to corporate? So it's been smooth. Like you adapt. I think the hardest thing was moving to Oregon. Like not even working for Nike. That part has been smooth, but it's different being overseas and being away from your family and being in America and being away from your family. So I think that was the hardest part, being in Oregon. It's a different world out there. It's different people, but I know a lot of people out there, which makes it a little bit easier. And my family will come visit. Victoria's been there. My mom's been there. So it's been smooth. That's
good stuff. So you already alluded to it. Men's marketing team. What is it that you do at Nike exactly?
I'm a specialist on the men's lifestyle marketing team. So I do a lot of the stuff with product and anything. My team this past season did everything Air Force 40. They did yard runners and all of that stuff.
HBCUs.
So yeah, so I'm still new. Like I just kind of transitioned in with them. So they was like, oh, we're not just about to throw you into the fire. I lucked up and at the end of the year, they're done for right now. But got to go to Memphis and we did some stuff with a dance group out in Memphis. But they do a lot. They put on a lot of events for the community, which I love, being able to do things for the community. And right now I'm focused on working with Air right now. This is not like my main job, but working with Air Max and seeing some things they have planned for Air Max Day this upcoming year. So we'll see. I work with I work on the classic side, but they're pretty much loaning me out to Air. So I work with like Air Force Ones, Dunks, retro basketball, Blazers, that type of stuff.
Okay.
How did you get the job? Like, did the WNBA help you with that connection, or you just?
So one of Tori's teammates that she played with in Spain actually went through a program called the WIN program. It's called Women in Nike. And it's basically like a WNBA transition from to the court to corporate. But then I worked with Taj McWilliams-Franklin.
Yeah.
I worked with her a lot. Like she's one of the people who bring in the WNBA players to kind of fill those spots. And she helped me with everything, like from my resume to interviewing and all of that, because I'm like, I never had a job. So
yeah, so what you putting on it? Yeah,
resume?
what you putting on? Like what you put on it?
She just literally like taught me like basketball is more than just basketball. You don't even realize it. She was like, you're a leader. You know how to work it within a team. You have to be adaptable because you play overseas. Like it was so many like different qualities that she helped me like write out on my resume. It didn't even have to be like work experience. But a lot of like big corporate companies, they love having athletes.
I would figure that.
Because they know how to work within a team. So it was cool. Like it was a group of us, maybe I think 15 in our group, in our cohort that came in this past season. 15 of us that played in the W, played overseas, that worked now. And we were the fourth cohort. So it's 3 groups before us, and they're gonna have many more because they love having athletes, especially women.
Must be nice. So you get a little discount on the sneakers? Because, I mean...
Yeah, I get a little...
I
get a little discount.
Can we get a camera to focus on what she wearing right now? Because it's some heat, I ain't gonna lie to you.
You gotta pick up the shoe real quick. They gotta see that. Look.
And it's clean on the bottom. She just took them out the box.
Yeah, like those
I think
fresh.
It's second wear. I only had a few pair of shoes here, man. All my stuff is in Oregon, so...
Damn. Came in here fresh. So what's like your end goal? Like for working? Like do you want to stay at Nike or you thinking of going somewhere else too?
No, I want to stay and learn as much as I can from Nike in the marketing aspect. Just because like it doesn't matter where you go, where you work, even if you start your own business, like marketing is like very important. So I like lucked up and got into this marketing position because they just put you in like different positions in the program. So I looked up and got in a marketing position. So I want to kind of learn as much as I can from there. But I know for me, like even though it's really not 9 to 5 as much as people say, like we only go in the office 3 times a week.
Oh shit.
And like the hours are pretty flexible. So I'm not going to push it out. I'm going to try to stay as long as I can. But like starting my own, like I already have my own foundation. I kind of want that to kind of lead what happens next if I'm with Nike, if I'm not. Like, I know I don't want to work a 9 to 5. I know I don't want to have to go sit at a desk, like, in like 5 to 10 years. Like, I know I don't want to still be sitting at a desk then. Yeah. So, right now, just learn as much as I can because I'm so new. It's kind of teaching you the ins and outs, the ups and downs, because it's not all glitz and glamour.
Right.
people think, oh, it's Nike. Oh, it's Nike. Yeah, just do this. Yeah, everything's good. No, it's not.
Shit, that's what I
It's
thought.
really not.
That discount look good.
The discount is always
Everybody
good.
that work at Nike be having some fire.
Yeah, the discount's good. Like, and depending on like what part of Nike you work in, like you get stuff. But like seeing like the behind the scenes and what goes into like budgeting and all of that stuff, like how much money the company's making, how much money the company's losing, like it's not all glitz and glamour.
Must be nice.
I got one more question for you before we transition to Uno.
Okay.
What advice would you give a young athlete, college, high school, even pro, getting ready to make the transition into the corporate world? Like, what would you tell your younger self?
Damn, we should have asked this for the hot seat. So she,
Yeah, the way she.
then we gotta give it
right?
like a count too. You got 10 seconds to answer the question. Yeah.
I think for me it's like never give up on your dreams. Like playing in the WNBA was like a dream of mine, whether I played 1 year, whether I played 10. And sometimes people's careers are really short, people's careers are really long. Some people don't make it at all. But if you put the focus in and the work in, and it doesn't matter what you're doing. For me, it was basketball. For others, even people who play sports, their end goal is not always to be a professional. But I think the main thing is find your people. Like, I think in college, I would have gone out and did a lot more with like regulars.
Yeah.
Like,
I feel that too.
Like, because when you really think about it, like we are athletes, so we stick around athletes, but
Yeah.
it's really the regular students that are running these big companies and corporations that you need after playing. And it might not be to work at these companies, but if I want to start my own foundation, if I want to start my own business, whatever the case may be, like, where is that money? Where are you pulling that money from? So for me, it's like make as many connections as you can, starting when you're younger, and keep those connections to when you need them. You might not need them right then and there, but I know if I was the younger me, I would have made a lot more connections, even in the league. So like now, everybody that you meet, like, be kind, be gracious, like try to get to know people.
You know, that's me though.
Try to get to know as many people as you can. I'm telling you, because in the end, that matters when you're done playing. Because for me, I didn't have a clue what I was doing after I was done. I was just going to be like, all right, well, I guess I go back overseas. Like, if I ain't had no plan after, I was like, well, if I don't make it in the W, I'm just going to go back overseas and play another year overseas. But start thinking about that and preparing for it, like, now, because you don't want to be at the end of your career, or, you know, the W, you could be cut and not have a job.
Yeah.
And it's like, what you gonna do next?
Yeah.
And if this Nike job did not come up, I would have been back overseas
And then trying to figure out
figure out what's next. So it's like, start planning like now, like get ahead of it. Even if you're not ready to like retire or anything or be done, like just have it in your mind, like, all right, I'm gonna do this next. Because a lot of athletes lose their mind or go broke just because they don't have no plan. Like, it's just, I'm gonna play basketball for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
And it don't work like that.
Yeah.
So, like, have a plan, make as many connections as you can, and after that, it'll be a lot easier to kind of figure out life and navigate through life because you have those connections.
See, I'm telling you, she still be dropping gems. But I told you, like, the W is cutthroat. Like, that shit, you can get cut at any time. Like, up until first week of playoffs. Like, I was telling him, I'm like, this shit is crazy. Like, not like it's not like it's just
not guaranteed.
Yeah, like this shit is
crazy. But when I got
crazy.
waived to LA, that started the day before training camp. I was already in LA.
Oh,
I had
shit.
been in LA for 2 weeks, like training with the player development coach, like training. I probably was in the best shape of my career.
He was like, oh, I'm coming in like ready.
Yep, I was ready. Like, I had been training. I went overseas. I was killed overseas. Came back, was ready to go. And they just didn't have no money. And that's how I ended. I was like, oh, damn, okay. I was like, all right, I'll get another job. But it was so close to when training camp started, and it was during COVID. Like, it was the year after COVID. So they were like real heavy on being in training camp on time because niggas had to get tested and all of that. So it just didn't work out. And for me, I'm like, it was a blessing and a curse at the same time. But for me, I was able to still be around it because it's Victoria. And I was able to kind of travel around. I got to go to Dubai. I got to play in Africa. Like,
That's tough.
that was the blessing in it, because it's like I'm able to do some things that I probably wouldn't have done playing in the W. But it's like, dang, that's how your career ended. I'm like, nah.
Don't do it like, don't.
It was
Like,
great.
yeah.
It was great timing, though.
Yeah, I played 8 years W, 9 years pro.
Real cute little
Blessings.
letter, your retirement letter. It was cute.
Oh yeah. Had to
That shit was
do
cute.
that. Cause I for a lot of players, they don't retire, they get phased out.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I didn't want to be that player. I'm like, all right,
Nah,
I could have played some more for real. Like, I could still hoop.
Oh, we know. Like, we know.
Like, I just joined the intramural league in Portland.
How's that going?
I ain't start yet. I start when I get back in January. So we gonna see. But
You
I
gonna
had
be
to do
bully
something.
ball?
Nah, I think I'm gonna be more finesse, cause you know,
Sissy, I'm
Yeah,
done with the bully
I think I'm
ball.
gonna shoot a lot of threes.
I
Oh,
got
you
it.
just pulling up. You just gonna pull
I
up.
think I'm gonna pull up for 3. I don't think I'm gonna go too crazy.
You taking that
but-
bitch off the backboard and just going?
And pushing the break.
We gonna see. We gonna see.
You picking up full court?
Maybe like,
you're
nah, I
what
ain't
type of
picking up
practice?
full
Like, what type of
court.
practice about
Nah,
to
I
get
need
for the
highlights.
letter?
I need
Yeah,
a
we need these.
I just
gotta
gotta
see
do
what's
it to
going on.
stay in shape.
But we need the mixtape though.
For
First,
sure.
at the
We gonna
first
see,
game, you
'cause
guys.
Mo in it too.
Oh hell no!
Yeah, Mo carry.
She got her knee braces still.
We gonna see.
Yeah, we need to get Mo on here, bro.
Yeah, Mo.
We gotta get Mo on here. Yo, it's Myisha, but y'all can call me Mooks.
What's up? It's Greg, but y'all can call me GC. If you've been watching us this long, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, DC Offline.
Add a thumbs up while you're at it. Your support really helps the channel grow. You can follow us on all social media platforms at DC_offline. That's at DC_OFFLINE to be a part of the offline crew. Well, we about to get into this Uno. So we're going to play 1 round, 5 cards.
Okay.
Losers, take a shot. We got 1 winner.
Okay.
Which will be me, of course.
Okay.
Because I'm...
Do you shuffle the cards?
Yeah, they already
They pre-
shuffled.
They
No,
pre-shuffle.
ain't no pre-shuffle. Ain't no pre-shuffle.
They already shuffled.
Ain't
You
no
what you want to
pre-shuffle.
shuffle?
Yep. No, you shuffle them again. That's how.
Look,
Yeah.
I was doing this. What you want me to shuffle?
It's a
shuffle?
trick. They said you ain't lost. I gotta make sure
Listen,
you shuffle
I don't
them cards.
lose.
gotta
I
make
don't
sure you
lose.
shuffle the cards.
Look, you looking at me like, yo, I don't.
Okay.
Yo, all right.
All right. Shuffle.
So what's the other rules?
All right, so we ain't stacking no 4s on 2s. If I have 2 green 5s and you got a 5, you can throw the 5 out.
Okay.
You know, like normal way you play Uno. AC brought up a crazy way on the last episode. She said in France they play cuts. So we got to figure out how to play it that
Hey,
way.
cuts is fun though.
You heard it? You heard
Yeah.
of it
So
with Uno?
if you got a 9, if you got a green 9, you could put it out even if it's not your turn.
yeah, like playing out
Yeah,
of
that's
turn.
I think that's the best way to play.
Yeah, you got.
I
would
learned it this
definitely have to
past
lock
year
in.
or last year when I was in Israel. Like, I'm like, what is
Oh, they
this?
play in Israel like that. I found out about it in France.
All right,
But
so
we gonna let you go first though.
because
We got
you're the guest,
she gotta go
we're
first.
gonna go to the right of the dealer.
What was your first? Oh shit! Put that down there. What was your welcome to the league moment? That's wild.
For me, it's easy when I made a team.
That's wild.
That's her.
No, that's me. That's
I'm
wild.
about to be sick.
Damn, I think I shuffled them too.
Yeah,
well.
for me it was when I made the team in DC, red, because
Green.
because I had to like work to make it. It wasn't like an easy like you got drafted, you on the team type thing. So for me it was when I made the team.
Blue. You want
That's
to know what
my-
my welcome to the league moment was?
What?
I feel like you know.
What
I
was
feel like
it?
you know.
What was it?
You really want to know?
Yeah.
It was you. We was playing pickup. It was like right before training camp started, and we was playing pickup. Like it was like a couple days before. And I caught the ball.
serious.
No, you ain't even. I don't even think you was serious. Like we was actually playing. Stop trying to look at my cards. Y'all see? Y'all trying to cheat this shit, yo. Look at this cheating shit. Cheating. I caught the ball. I don't even know if I was at the top, but I was driving to the basket. You just like,
What's your beef with me?
oh shit, focus, man.
Hey,
It's me. Yeah, Uno. Fuck, I shuffled them bitches way too well. I ain't even gonna hold you.
So, okay, what happened?
So I caught that ball. No, actually, it was in transition type shit. I'm dribbling it up. And you right there, like, you coming to me. I'm thinking I'm about to go by you. We like the same size. So I'm like, oh, like, she guards. Like, she's not she's not strong like a post. Like, bet. I'm dribbling, I'm thinking I'm about to go to the rim.
Off that spot.
Bro, I was not moving her, like, at all. I think I, like, did, like, to the back or something, like, tried to back. Bro was not moving. And I was just like, damn. Like, you strong as shit. And that was my welcome to the league, because I was like, if she's a guard.
Me, I got like I had like a really different mentality in training camp.
Oh, so I got
so because I like had to like earn it and I had to make the team. Like every year I treated training camp like it was my rookie year and I had to make the team. So it didn't matter like who I was guarding, who I was playing against. I had that same mentality. So you probably just caught that like.
Yeah, I caught all of it.
Like,
no, I didn't fucking know. Like, that was my welcome to the league moment. And then once training camp started, you remember Eric, like you and Eric took the rookies out to like some
to get
to like
food,
right before like one of like the sessions, and you was like dropping gems. I'm like, oh, she's actually nice. Oh, she actually
because
like, you know. I'm telling you, when you knocked me off my course, I said, yo, this is wild.
Because a lot of players coming to the league like, oh, I got drafted, so I'm straight.
Oh no, that wasn't my mindset.
I came into the league, I wasn't drafted, now I gotta make it. And I lucked up because I came in at Mike's first year, so everybody was new, everybody was on the chopping block. Like only 3 people got guaranteed contracts. So if I know, all right, these is people with guaranteed contracts, everybody else like y'all on my list.
But were you open to like dropping gems to like the rookies like that? Or like he's like, yo, tell them like this, say this.
No, they didn't tell me what to tell y'all at all. It was literally like I was always, me and Eric were like really close.
Mm-hmm.
So for me it was like, he like, oh, we taking the rookies out. You want to join and just like talk to them a little bit? And I was like, sure. Like, I don't know what's gonna come out, but we can do it.
Knowledge came out, bro. Like I was like, damn, she's actually good. And I was like, I remember like you're talking, I'm just like this. Like I was soaking all of it up. Yeah. And you was just telling us your story, like how to like move forward in basketball period. And I was just like, yo, I'm soaking all that shit up. Because I ain't have like that type of.
That's what I'm saying. Like I didn't have that either.
Yeah.
Like I looked up because Aubrey was on the team my first couple years, and of course we got that UNC like tie. So of course she looked out for me like or whatever. But like Mo was our bet. Of course, like Mo, you know Mo.
Mo took me to a strip club on my birthday.
That's what I'm saying, you know Mo.
Rookie year. Like, I will never forget that shit.
But we
Shout out to Mo. Shout out to Mo. Shout out to Mo.
Like we didn't have bets that was like, all right, let's go eat lunch, or let's like what you need or how you do. Like we didn't have that because it was like everybody was trying to eat.
Yeah.
But once I was there for a few years, I'm like, all right, like these rookies coming in blind, like they don't really know what's going on. And we had like rookies before you. You kind of always pick one or two that you can see like a lot of potential in. And
she picked me.
Like
you picked me,
that,
right?
Yeah, you kind of see you and Ariel, like I seen potential in y'all. Ariel was already like, she already approached the game like a pro her rookie year. So it's like she got coached by Tina Thompson. Like she already kind of had it. Like then I'm like, this fool, she just, you know, happy, like go lucky, like can hoop, of course, but she don't know. She just
I ain't know shit.
She's just like out here, like she gonna figure it out, but she needs somebody to kind of like take her in, like, all right, like chill out. You playing too much now, all right? Like,
it still be like that. I ain't gonna hold you. Toya, it was probably like last year. You know how she's our coach now. Mm-hmm. She's like, all right now, my focus. Like we doing walkthroughs. She's all right now, my. Like once you step across, all right, chill out. Like, cause you know I be goofy as shit. Yeah, I be goofy as shit.
Then you learn like, all right, it's a time to play and it's a time to work.
Yeah,
and sometimes it just takes somebody to like tell you like, all right, focus. Like, all right, he already had to tell you that twice. Like, don't let him have to tell you it again. All right, I got you. Like,
Yeah, that's exactly
like
what
some
it is.
people just need that little, hey, bro, like, come
Shut
on.
the fuck out now, bro. Shut the fuck up.
Come on.
So I got a question for you. This one is definitely a loose screw. We all know that. Everybody in this room know that.
Wait. What's a loose screw?
You be off
That's
the chain.
wild. That's wild.
I gotta know. Did you have a crazy rookie story with her? Like when she was a rook and you took her under your wing?
No, I don't think anything was like she's very coachable. She listens. If you tell her to do something, she's gonna do it. So it was never a time where she was like, hell no. Like,
Yeah.
and it could have been a lot of times, but I'm not ever gonna tell you nothing that's wrong. And one, I don't want to get in trouble, and I don't want to run. So I'm gonna tell you, stop bullshitting, so we don't get in trouble. Like, so it was never a time where I'm like, all right, she's tripping, bro. Like, she's really losing it right now. It's never a time. Like, off the court, of course. Like, she gonna play around, she gonna joke, she gonna goof around. Like, she wanna go party, she wanna have fun. Like, by all means, you a pro now. Like, you don't got nobody watching over your shoulder. Like, do what you want, but also do your work. And I think she learned that early in her career. And it's what's made her career as long as it's been so far. So,
yeah, no crazy stories.
I don't have nothing like wild that
I can't even think of nothing wild. So like,
yeah,
I was cool.
Yeah, you
perfect vet rook relationship, right?
No, dead ass. It was like she was like the perfect vet. Like coming in now, like she said, I didn't know shit. Like I did not know anything at all. Then I got TRP. I had Mo too. Like them two tag team. Like it was
Mo
perfect.
was kind of the person who kind of took me under her wing when I got here. But it wasn't until after I made the team. Like during training camp, it wasn't like...
She was going at you.
Oh, yeah, because we played the same position.
Oh, okay.
So it wasn't like friendly, like everybody out here trying to eat. But once I made the team, like probably like the last couple days of training camp, she came one of the last days, she came up to me, she was like, look around. She was like, it's only you and one other player here that can make this team. And she was like, you got to do the work. And I like, at that point, I was kind of like, all right, like, I look, it's another post player. I don't think we need no more post players.
You was doing the math.
Yeah, I'm like trying to make it add up. Like, they putting her in different spots because they don't really know where they're going to use her. Like, I think I'm good. But Mo was like, but that don't mean you safe. And once I made the team, she was like, I knew you was going to make it, but that don't mean you safe. She was like, this league's so cutthroat. Like, every day, come in and do your work. And that's kind of, but it was once I made the team. It wasn't no like training camp.
Yeah.
Like, God, let me talk to you. Like, nah.
She said, nah, like, nigga, we
gonna go at each other in practice and training camp. Once you make the team, now I could take you under my wing. And plus, we both from here.
Yeah.
And it's a different type of vibe when you play at home. Luckily, my family's not crazy, so I had my set of people that got tickets, and that's who got the tickets. And extra people, and maybe I might have one or two that I would give away to random, but I didn't get hassled for tickets. And she said, make sure your focus is basketball and like don't let your family kind of pull you away from that. So
tough because you was right there too.
Man, what? My family lived 10 minutes from Capital One.
Damn.
He was really at the crib.
Man, I was at the crib. I went home every day.
So you ain't used the team housing?
I used the team housing because I wanted to be able to feel like I was away.
Okay.
But like I was able to go home. Like my mom cooked, I can go home and get a plate.
I hope 10 minutes away, girl. You better go home.
Yeah, I thought that was like a blessing in itself, and that made my life so much easier coming into the league. Especially like I had offers to go my first year, go play in other cities. I'm like, why would I not go home? Like, I got all my support there. Because I was devastated when I didn't get drafted. I thought life was over. I didn't know what I was going to do.
You had a party and all?
No,
Like,
I
did you have a
didn't
draft
no
party?
I actually watched the draft by myself.
Ooh.
Just because I was like, my teammates wanted to do stuff. I was like, nah, I'm going to do it. I'm just going to watch by myself. Because I was still in college.
Yeah.
And I was devastated. One of my coaches was like, look, if you get the opportunity, that's all you need.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, this was like right after the draft. And then Mike called me. He was like, we want you to come to training camp, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, at this point, I'm just like, I'm devastated. So what he's
Like,
saying
why
is
you ain't
not
draft me
registering
type
me
shit.
to me. So I'm like, I talked to a few different agents, and it was like, you got the option you can take. You got 2 or 3 options to go to a training camp somewhere. And I was like, all right, like I'm gonna go home. Like I didn't even come back to school for graduation.
Either.
Like I was like, nah, I'm in the middle of training camp. Like I'm not.
Yeah, I
going
gotta
back.
make
about
this team.
business.
And Mike was like, you could go back. Like
He said that to me
you can go
too. That's
back.
crazy.
You thought it was a test?
Yeah, I'm like,
I thought it was. I ain't gonna hold you. I thought it was.
I didn't care if it was a test or not. I'm not leaving and giving somebody else the opportunity to
Yeah.
have a day to shine and me not be there.
Fact.
So I was like,
To walk
I ain't
across
going.
stage. I'm like, y'all could mail that.
Cool,
that
yeah,
yeah.
I did the work.
Yeah.
Most of it anyway, so.
Not most of it. Do you have any like regrets while playing basketball? Your pro career?
Regrets? No. I think playing at home was probably the best thing. Being able to be coached by Mike, who's one of the best coaches to ever coach in the WNBA. And Eric, one of the best skill developers. I think that was the best start to my career. The best start I could have had, because I could have went anywhere else and not made the team, and then not had the career I had. I was able to play 6 years in DC, and then being able to be coached by Derek Fisher, and learn from Elena Beard and Candace Parker and NECA. I wouldn't do it any different. I think that was kind of the best path for me to take. And I learned from some great people, whether it was teammates or coaches. And I still have a relationship with most of my coaches that I ever was coached by. And of course, friendships that you build throughout your career. I'm still friends with a lot of my teammates. So, like I wouldn't do it any different. People would always ask, like, do you think your career would have been different if you would have been drafted? And I always say, yeah, because wouldn't have had to be the dog that I had to be going in my first year. So I wouldn't do it any different. I would want it to be any other way.
Yeah, that'd be nice. I think that's all the time we got. What you think, Greg?
Yeah, let's. We have a plug-in time segment. All right, so I'm going to ask you this question: with you being a DMV kid, right? Did you have any brands, or do you have any local brands that you align with that you would like to give a shout out to? It doesn't even have to be DMV. That's just my preference.
Different like brands,
startup companies, anything.
Of course, like my guy Ty, he has his own clothing line, Ballaholics. His brother has a training. He's a trainer. He's who I like train with in the off season when I play here in DC. Champ Workouts. Who else? Got a few of people that I kind of deal with. One of my friends has a nonprofit where she works with like kids in a foster care system. It's called ARC. So I deal with them a lot, and yeah, I think that's all that I can think of off the top of my head that I kind of align with. But it's a few that I could probably get back to y'all, but those are 3 that kind of just pop off the top of my head right now.
For sure. Thank you for sharing.
Thinking.
Yeah, I was trying to think.
Yeah, she's about to throw another one out.
I deal with a lot of different people in the area, so you don't want to ever feel like you leaving nobody out. But like those are the 3, especially because it's people that I'm like close with, and kind of have like helped me along my journey, especially like Ty, who has the clothing company Ballaholics. He was one of the first people to kind of tell me, like, oh, if you want to start a clothing company, like I can help you. And he helped me with like some of my community days that I did with my foundation. And then Champ was my trainer in the off season, like did all my like body stuff, workouts, like weight room stuff. And then the other girl, Cordelia, she has her own nonprofit and she helps the youth as well. So those are some of the people who kind of just like jump out of me off the top of my head. Oh, my sister, she has a food company He cook or something like that. She does like
Oh,
charcuterie.
shit.
You gotta remember. You gotta
what
remember
the
sisters.
hell?
Yeah, I gotta
Yeah,
plug
not
her.
something
She
like
does,
that.
She does like she's like a chef. She does big on like charcuterie boards and stuff like that, charcuterie boxes. So she did ours for our Christmas party. She did a whole like table. So yeah, if you want charcuterie boards or some catering stuff, my sister got you.
Okay, shout out, sis. We gonna get the name right. She gonna tell us the name.
I'm gonna get with y'all.
Yeah.
I think it's cooking with P is the Instagram. Cooking with P is the Instagram.
Check her out.
Sure, for sure. Well, T, it's been a pleasure.
Thank you guys. This
Thank
was
you.
fun.
Thank you for joining us in the lounge. All right. For you guys at home, thank you for tuning in to Offline with your host, Myisha Hines-Allen. I'm your co-host, Greg Cross, and that's our time. We're going offline.